he fights on, to use a phrase.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, I think there's no sense at all in Boris actually voluntarily resigning. And actually, I think the Cabinet is stronger this morning than it was yesterday morning, because we've seen two politicians go who basically at the end of their political lives. I mean, they don't really have a future. Rishi could have, but he doesn't really want it, I think. And they've gone, and they haven't been that strong and effective in the last few months.
You don't think you're looking at...
I think we're better off now.
You don't think you're looking at men who could be future prime ministers or leader of the Conservative Party in those two?
Well, I don't think Sajid Javid, following his own revelation that he was non-domiciled for 6 years while working here, can really put himself forward in front of people and say, I'm putting taxes up for you, or I just don't think he's got a credibility.
Yeah.
Rishi's in a different position. Of course, he hasn't. I'm quite modern on this, Eamon. I don't think somebody is responsible for his wife's tax affairs.
Yes.
So that's a different position. But I think he was promoted very early. He's had a lot of knocks he hadn't expected. He has lots of other opportunities in life, and I sometimes wonder if he really wants to go on. At that level. He could. You're right, he could.
You just heard Tom Harwood talking there about Rishi Sunak's letter, which was undated. So it could have come in any time. It may have been sitting there for a while, ready to go. But he talks about, and, I'm asking you this because you worked side by side with Boris Johnson. Sunak says the public expected government to be conducted, his words, properly, competently and seriously. Has he a point?
Well, I think Boris is very, very serious. And I think when you look at the affairs he's engaged in, from public affairs, from the pandemic and Ukraine and so on, he's shown himself to be a very serious leader. I've always had some criticisms about the team that's there at number 10. We were told that would be improved. It has been improved to some extent, but you can always do better on that. I think he is competent. I think one of the problems is, though, that he is constantly under attack. There are constant there's the Dominic Cummings. I mean, Cummings must be the worst political appointment since Rasputin. When you think
Boris appointed him, didn't he?
Yeah, I know, that was a huge mistake. I imagine
Boris's judgment.
I imagine he regrets that very much indeed. And consciously leaking and betraying from behind the scenes the whole time, with the deliberate view of getting him out. I think a lot of members of the public see that there is something of a campaign to get him out when they voted him in. And the argument that Boris should be removed by the electorate in a democracy, if he's going to be removed at all, not by a small band of skittish Conservative MPs, the argument that he should be given his chance to put himself in front of the electorate is a strong one in a democracy.
Yes.